Hi there, and welcome to the Projects Distilled YouTube channel where we talk about all things project management. I am so happy that you're here. Today, we are going to be doing a review of a tool. I've never used this tool before until preparing for this video, but it's the first tool that I found that uses Chat GPT built into it, and it's a project tool. So this is really exciting. We're going to be looking at a tool called Notion. Maybe you've heard of it before. I hadn't. It's a cool tool. It is a personal organizer that also has project and some portfolio management capabilities built into it. They've recently announced the ability to add on a artificial intelligence module. What that is the Chat GPT 3 version. So it's not the very latest Chat GPT, but it's a good solid version for about $8 to $10 a month, depending on what plan you pick. Notion can be free for individuals, or there's relatively inexpensive pricing for teams, so it can scale up to whatever team size that you need. Now, in the world that I come from, which is high tech, we would probably not use a tool like Notion because we tend to go for best-in-class tools. Notion tries to become a personal organizer with all your tasks, manage your meetings, all these things. We would probably use multiple tools for it, including a separate tool for project management. But it's kind of neat that it has it all together. And I was pleasantly surprised by what I found. So we're going to put Notion through 4 different tests that I've created for it. Know that what I'm about to show you is the web version. There is a native Windows and a native Mac version. I would expect that UI would be a richer experience in either of those versions, but I wanted to keep it as generalized as possible for everybody out there. Something to know is that you only get about 20 uses of the built-in ChatGPT tool each month or each pay cycle, so you have to be judicious about the way you use it. But one of the biggest advantages that I found with the tool is that it has the data already for your project built in, and I went ahead and created a kind of a dummy project for us to look at. But because it has that context, you don't have to give it to ChatGPT every time you do a search. So it's got some cool features. Let's dive in and look at it right now. They've given us a very clean interface. It did take me a little while to understand a little bit how to do things within Notion, but it's pretty straightforward. Here we're looking at the projects page, but you can see over here that there are tasks. And so Notion really is meant to be an everyday tool to help you manage your own tasks. It's a place for creating shared documentation in the form of wikis. For documents, you can see that there are some sample documents there that you could create project documents and templates for. And it's also to manage your meetings. So it's got everything. We're going to start with the projects though. It came standard with a project X and a project Y just to really get to show you how that looks. There's a timeline view, so you can see that it shows dependencies and such on there. But what we're going to do is look at this new Poland office. And this is an example I've used in prior videos, but we're going to use the example of opening an office that's never been opened before out of the country. In this case, it'll be Poland. And all of the things that are associated with it. And you'll be able to see here, I'll click into the Poland office, that I've created a bunch of tasks in here. So you can see anywhere from developing the project budget to project retro and close. And there would be a lot more than this in a real timeline, but this is sufficient for our needs to show you how ChatGPT works. So we're going to go into create slides for project kickoff. You just have to move your mouse over it. It highlights it. You click open. So what you'll see within this task, create slides for project kickoff, down at the bottom is a press space for AI or for commands. I've actually got the command that I want to send to it already written out here. Please create a project kickoff deck outline. It can't create the slides. It's not going to export anything into PowerPoint, but it can create an outline. So let's send that to AI. So here you can see what's great about this is that it's now done writing, but it knows it has the context already around the project. So I don't have to say, hey, I'm the project manager over a new project. I need to create a slide deck. It gets it. You just have to ask it to create slides for project kickoff. It even has a link out to the Notion page for where the new Poland office project is. So here it's suggesting what should be on the slides. So that's helpful. If you don't like what it's done, you can actually have it regenerate if you want. So there we have our first thing, our first test done, and it did pretty well. Project kickoff. Let's take a look at that. So we're going to give AI a new thing to do. We're going to ask it to create an agenda. So please create a project kickoff agenda. I didn't give it a space that time, so I'm still getting used to it. So you put a space in there, and then it kicks off and shows you the AI interface. Please create a project kickoff agenda. So here AI is writing. Here's the agenda, welcome and introduction. So it's making some assumptions just like Chat GPT does. May 12th, so that's good. That's about 12 days away. We've got the time, about an hour and a half, conference room, welcome and introduction. So it's given a really nice response on the things that we should go over. So that's a good use of Chat GPT within the tool. And I love that it has the context. That is so time saving. So here we're going to give it a different kind of test. We need to do an office lease, and typically a project manager is not going to do this, but we are going to ask it to create a new office lease. Please create new office lease legal document for Poland office. See what it comes back with. Okay, so here, parties to the lease, premises, lease terms. It's still writing. We're going faster than it is. So this is a pretty short document. Obviously, you're going to want to involve a real legal party, but here's a starting point, which I think is fantastic. Now we're going to give it one more test. We need to locate office space. We're going to find out what it knows about office space in Poland. Please help us find suitable office space for a Poland office. Let's see if it comes back with any questions. So it's writing a document. That's interesting. So it's almost like an email. So it didn't do any actual helping us find the office space, but it created a document around it. So maybe that's a limitation. I know that the people at Notion have really touted this as a communication tool. And so maybe that's what we're running into here. Let me show you something that's kind of cool. You can ask the artificial intelligence of Chat GPT in this case to help you with brainstorming ideas, creating a blog post, an outline, social media post, press release, essay, see more, recruiting email, sales email, job description, pros and cons list. So it has some set things here that it can do, and that's a pretty cool thing. So let's just give it one try here. Let's do let's see how it brainstorm ideas on finding office space in Poland. So it's not giving us any information about what's actually available in Poland, but it is giving us a list of how to find that office space. So that's pretty good. All right, so that is the Notion tool. It's got some great features. I love that they've already included Chat GPT in it. A couple of things that I would hope that Notion would be working on right now is an upgrade to GPT-4, which is more powerful, and or Bard, because that's becoming more powerful as time goes on. And I would hope that they would do even more integrations. And there is some value add that Notion gives us, but it can largely be done outside the tool if need be. Because I like what the Notion tool is doing, you're going to see some other videos coming out around Notion and how to use it for project and program management. Let me know in the comments if you're aware of any other tools that have already built in Chat GPT or any of the other AI tools, because I'd love to take a look at them and share them with the audience. Thank you so much. I hope you found this video useful. Please like and subscribe.